are there. That is a common option. We are using println. At the same time, I want to take the data from the user input. Different options are there, like as a scan and ln, scan function, scanf. Different functions are there. Okay, println for output, scan, scanf, formatting the string, scanln. Different methods are there. Okay, this is the output function. This is the input function. Okay, simply in C programming, output function we are using printf and input function we are using scanf. Here we are using scan, scanf, scanln. Different functions are available. What are the differences in your course curriculum we are explaining. Now my requirement is I want to take one input value from the user. I want to display that value in the output console. How to writing the JavaScript code. That means Go language code. Simply how to writing the Go language code. We need to import one package. Okay, package main. Next, import which function we want to require. Simply fmt format. Next one, every Go program execution starts from main function. Here in the Go language, we are declaring the function simply by using func keyword. Func keyword and function name is main function. Next one, I want to declare one variable. How to declare the variable? Simply var keyword we are using var name. Which type of data we want to store? String type of data I want to store. That is my requirement. Next one, I want to take the one value from the user input fmt dot println enter your name enter your name. That name I want to store to which variable? Name variable. Simply fmt dot scan. Simply we are assigning that value to which variable? Name. I want to reference purpose we are using ampersand symbol and a variable name is name. After that I want to print that name. Simply observing very clearly fmt dot println. I want to display hello, that name value. This message I want to display. This is a simple example. Please try to understanding this logic. If any doubt, please clarify your doubts. Are you clear this one? Now I am saving that file in my system in the desktop. How to run that Go file through command prompt? Simply open the command prompt. Next one, go run demo.go. Now it is asking for the name. Okay. Hello Shiva. Good morning. For suppose here I am using print, what will be happen? Okay, now previously I am using println. Now I am using printer. Now it is taking the input within the same line. Within the same line. Hello Shiva, good morning. Okay, here I am using print and here I am using println and here I am using scan. Okay, different options are there. Okay, we are not using this ln. Now what will be happen? Observing very clearly. Same. Hello Shiva, good morning. But we are not getting any spaces or everything. Hello. Next one, Shiva, good morning. Here I am using comma. Okay, comma is not working. Different options are there, different scenarios, different options we are using. Later I'm explaining in our course curriculum in which situation we are using print and the println, printf. For suppose here I am using printf. Now what will be happen? Now enter your name Shiva. Now hello, extra string we are passing. Okay, that is a string value, string representation. Okay, formatting the strings. Okay, hello, this value I want to replace. Now this value is a which type of value? String type of value. Percentile yes. Percentile yes. Okay, hello, percentile yes. Good morning, comma. Which value? Name value. Name value. Enter your name. Hello Shiva, good morning. Okay, here also we are using scanf. If you are using scanf, what will be happen? Now simply we can take the data as a which type of data? String type of data. That's why percentile yes. Ampersand name. Now here I am using printf. Enter your name. Different options are there. Hello Shiva, good morning. Are you clear this example? Okay, println, print function, printf. Next scan, scanf, scanNL. Okay, if you want to take the data from the user input in Go programming, Go input functions like as a scan, scanf, scanln, and Go output functions, Go output functions, print, printf, println. Are you clear? These six functions.
Yes.
Yeah, this is a simple example. Take the data from the user input and print that value. Next one, in any programming language, control flow statements are there. What are the purpose of control flow statements? To control the flow of the program execution. Generally, in any programming language, all the statements are executed at only once. I want to execute some statements repeatedly. I want to execute some statements at only once. In that situation, we are using control that flow. How to control that flow? By using control flow statements. The control flow statements are like as a conditional statements, or decision making statements, or sequential statements. Next one, looping statements or iterative statements. Conditional statements like as if else, switch case, and a jumping statement like as a looping statements for loop we are using. Now I am explaining how to write the conditional statements and how to writing the looping statements. I am explaining one example. For suppose my requirement is I want to take the number as an input and I want to verify that number is a even number or not. That number is even number or not, or even number or odd. Now simply observing very clearly, I want to try to implementing one example variable declaration where num int. Next one, fmt dot printf, enter your number, or I am using print, enter your number, enter your number. Now that value we are storing into which variable? Num variable. fmt dot scan ampersand number. If num mod to double equal to 0, num mod to double equal to 0, I want to print even number, even number. Else block, else block, print odd number, odd number. Now I'm trying to executing this one. Unexpected end of the file. Okay, here closing is required. This else block closing is required. Argument print. Okay, fmt dot print and fmt dot print. Okay, enter your number. I'm enter the number 5, odd number. Again, I'm trying to executing. I'm enter the number 12, even number. This is the simple code. For example, this block begin here. And the else block I'm writing here. Now I am trying to executing. Okay, compulsory we will get error message. Okay, unexpected new line expected after if clause. Okay, after if clause. Compulsory this block representation we are writing here only. Okay, expected, unexpected else block, expected brackets. That's why we are writing this format. Okay, we are following different programming language, different syntax formats we are following. By mistakenly after main function we are writing brackets here. Now what will be happen? Again, we will get syntax error. Okay, block representation within the same line. By mistakenly here I am writing the condition within that brackets. Okay, brackets also we are using. That brackets are optional. That brackets are optional. This is a simple Go language program to verify whether that number is even number or odd number. Even number or odd number. Are you clear? Please responding.
Yes, it's clear.
Yeah. Next one, observing very clearly. I want to write the logic to implementing the one looping statement, like as a for loop I want to try to implement. My requirement is 1 to n natural numbers I want to print it. This is a Go programming to verify if given number is even number or not. Next, another example, I want to print 1 to n natural numbers, 1 to n natural numbers. Now simply here, number, enter your number. We are assigning that number to this variable. Next one here, I want to write the looping statement logic for I shorthand description, shorthand declaration. I equal to starts with 1. It is similar to C programming for loop condition. I less than or equal to our number and I value is incremented by 1 and I value is incremented by 1. Print fmt dot print that I value. Now I am trying to execute in this program. Enter your number 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is printed. Okay, here I am using which statement? Print statement. Print statement. Okay, instead of print statement, I am writing println. I'm writing println. Now it is asking for the number 5. Now it is printed line by line. That is the difference between println. This is another example. Please try to understanding this logic. If any doubt, please clarify your doubts. Are you clear?
Yes, it's clear.
Yeah, okay. For suppose I want to print only even numbers from 1 to n natural numbers. Simply within that one, we are writing the one condition again. Okay. After printing, before printing I value, again I want to verify that I is a even number or not. If I mod to double equal to 0, fmt dot println that I value. Now I am trying to executing, enter the number 10. Now only even numbers are printed. Only even numbers are printed. Okay, within the loop, we are writing the condition. We are writing the condition. Okay, next one, how to declare the functions. How to declare the functions in Go language. Okay, now observing very clearly one example I'm explaining. Now here, observing very clearly, package main package, import fmt format. Next one, I am declaring one function here. I am declaring one function here, func function name. For suppose add function, it add function. If you want to execute in the add function, we need to take a minimum two input values. Now simply x int y int. This function will be written as an integer value. Integer value. Simply return x plus y. Return x plus y. Now I want to create a main function. Create a main function. Okay, simply func main function. Main function. Here I want to declare the one variable, some variable. This is a shorthand description. Now I want to call the add function, add of 4 comma 5, 4 comma 5. Simply println fmt dot println that some value I want to printed. Result some value I want to printed. Now I'm trying to executing this particular Go program. This is our main function. This is our user defined function. Okay. Okay. We are calling this add function within our main function only. Okay. Result 9. Please try to understanding this logic. If any doubt, please clarify your doubts. Okay. Here I am calling this function. Okay. Here I am using return statement. Okay. Here I am using a return statement. How to handle the return statement? This function result we are storing into one variable. That is a one option. Without return statement also we are printing the result. Return statement is not a mandatory statement. For example, my requirement is I want to take the floating point value. Okay, here clearly I'm specify the type declaration. X value is integer, Y value is integer. By mistakenly here I am passing 4.5. Now what will be happen? Observing very clearly. Okay, cannot use 4.5. Untyped float constant as an int value in argument to add, but we are passing floating point value. Okay, in that situation, for suppose I want to take the floating point value. Now simply here we need to specify the float 64. That is a bit size. In other language, simply we are using float, but in Go we are using float 64. Float 64. I want to return as a, for example, here into value I'm writing. Now what will be happen? Okay. Cannot use x plus y value of type float 64 as into value in return statement. Okay. That's why here also we are writing float 64. Float 64. Now 9.5 is printed. For suppose here I am passing integer. Okay, when compared to integer and float, float is highest data type. It is allowed. But we can specify the int type. We are trying to assign the floating point value. It is not allowed. 4.3 and 5.2. This is another example. If you want to specify the floating point value, this data type we are using float 64. Okay. Without declaring the variable, I want to use that variable. At that time, we are using shorthand notation. This is a shorthand notation. Are you clear? Please responding.
Yeah, Shiva, it's clear.
Yeah, okay. Next, one more example, some basic example I'm explaining how to implement the Go routines. Go routines. Okay, in the multi-threading concept, we are implementing the Go routines. Okay, we are achieving the concurrency. We are achieving the concurrency. Now, how to implement that one? Simply observing very clearly. Package, main package, import. Okay, here I want to require multiple packages. Simply we are using brackets, FMT. I am using time. Next one, I want to declare one function, func, vishesh, vishesh. Here I'm writing some statement fmt dot println hello Shiva. Okay, just that is a one function I am declaring. Function closing. Now I want to declare the main function func main function. Now I want to create a Go routine. Simply go. I want to execute which function? Wishes function. Wishes function. Now here, after executing that function, I want to wait some time. Time dot sleep is a one function. In that sleeps function, we are passing some seconds. 1 second, 2 second, 3 seconds. For suppose I'm passing 5. Now what will be happen? Next one, fmt dot println println. Okay. Command argument undefined time dot sleep. Okay, here function is a yes capital. Okay, hello Shiva. Bye. Here I am using which one? 5 seconds. Or we are using simply time dot second. Time dot second. It is waiting for 5 seconds. After 5 seconds, by statement is executed. This is the simple implement the Go routines. Okay, in our course curriculum, we'll discussing everything very clearly. Just this is a demo session. Just we are observing how to writing the coding. Please try to understanding this logic. If any doubt, please clarify your doubts. Okay, next one observing very clearly. Previously, in the previous demo, we're discussing in which domains we are using Go programming. By using Go, we can build a web applications in microservices, in testing and networking, cloud, DevOps, A&ML, game development. In any domain, we are using Go programming. That's why simply we are calling as a Go is a general purpose programming language. Go is a general purpose programming language. For example, if you want to develop web applications or if you want to implement the web applications by using Go programming, by using Go programming, what are the frameworks are available in the market? Okay, which frameworks we are learning? Most popular, Gin is a one framework. Gin. Next one, Echo. Next one, Fiber. Different frameworks are there, but most of the companies are using Gin framework because Gin is suitable for to develop any type of web application, either a medium scale, large scale, or small scale applications. That's why most of the companies are using a Gin framework. If you want to developing web applications with the Go programming, we need to require after learning Go programming, we are learning Gin framework separately. This Gin framework again takes 2 months time. Gin framework completely we are required. Next one, if you want to go to testing, automation testing, automation testing, automation testing. If we want to go to automation testing, okay, testify, testify, and go mock. Okay, for unit testing, Next one, if you want to developing integration testing, Selenium we are using. Selenium also supporting. Next one, if anybody want to go to cloud, cloud domain, we need to require one more tool or library that is called Go Cloud. Go Cloud is required. If anybody want to go to DevOps, we need to require Go related. These libraries are required like as a Kubernetes and a Docker for infrastructure automation. Kubernetes and Docker for infrastructure automation. Next one, database, databases. Okay. Currently we are using ORM concept, object relational mapping. Okay, Java we are using different ORM tools. Hibernate we are using. In Python we are using SQL Alchemy. Next one, Django ORM. Here also different ORM tools are there. Most of the companies are using Go ORM. Go ORM, PGX, PGX. Okay, PGX for PostgreSQL, SQLX, ORM and database libraries. Next coming to, if anybody want to go to AI and ML, AI and ML, we need to require, these libraries are required like as a Gargonia, TensorFlow. Next one, if you want to developing games development, in that games development, we are using Pixel, Eptine, different libraries. Or if you anybody want to go to microservices, microservices, okay, GoKit or Go Micro, GoKit or Go Micro, okay. After completion of the Go programming course, if anybody move into which domain, the domain related libraries and frameworks we are learning. Okay, if you want to go to web application development, Gogin or Echo or Fiber. Automation testing, Testify and Go Mock. For cloud computing, Go Cloud is required. And for DevOps, Docker and Kubernetes. And databases, Go RM, PGX and SQLX. These libraries are required. And for AML, Gogonia, TensorFlow. For games development, different libraries are there. Just these are the sample names. Different libraries are available in the market and a number of libraries. Just we are remembering 2, 3 library names. Microservices for GoKit and Go Micro. Are you clear?
Shiva,
Yeah, tell me.
we need to learn everything. The rest of we just learn REST APIs and microservices or anything.
Okay, in our Go curriculum, we are discussing about Go programming course. Mean that Go course is suitable for in any domain. Once we can learn that curriculum, which domain we are interested, the domain learning separately again. Okay,
Okay,
just
okay,
yeah,
okay.
just in your course curriculum, just we are
Suppose
discussing just
so.
overview.
Suppose I'm working.
Yeah,
So
tell me.
suppose I'm working in backend developer.
Yeah, yeah. In that
So
backend developer, we need to require to build the web applications. These framework, any one
microservices.
framework is required.
Yes, yes. And also we have to know microservices concepts, right?
Microservices also is required.
Okay. For the Docker and Kubernetes, it is required or
For the DevOps people is required. As a backend developer, more if you are experienced, depends upon your experience.
Yeah, I have 2.5 years experience, but
Yeah.
in Golang I have 1 year experience.
Yeah, at that time it is not a mandatory. Okay, if you are put on the
Okay,
3 years,
okay,
4 years, or 5 years of an experience, at that time we need to
okay,
require for the deployment. Okay, in the DevOps people are learning. If you are working in the DevOps team also, at that time we are learning these tools. Yeah, as a beginner level, the companies are main concentration only backend part with the microservices. Okay, depends upon the company also. These roles are changing. For example, you are working on the startup company. We are moving to directly in the DevOps team also.
okay, okay, I got it.
Depends upon your experience and depends upon your company and depends upon your project also.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Depends upon what you're applying for the job requirements, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Job roles and responsibilities. That time we are learning everything. Okay. In
Okay,
present
okay.
situation, we are learning minimum multiple skills, not only single skill. We are not
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
sustain in the IT field.
Okay.
Okay, we are having multiple skills. We are the king in the IT field. Current situation. In the previously only one skill also we are getting the jobs and we are sustaining the IT field. But currently the companies are looking for multi-skilled persons.
Yeah, yeah. Got it.
Yeah, this is your demonstration. If any doubt, please clarify your doubts.